without a prescription. It's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Welcome back to X-Play.
The Broken Sword series started on the PC back in 1997, and now it's finally crawling onto the Xbox.
Yeah, it's a point-and-click adventure that's a lot like last year's port of Siberia from the PC.
Now, basically, the only fighting in it is in the cutscenes. Otherwise, it's just a lot of moving the cursor around and clicking on the things you want to examine. You know, click, 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 again. So, here's a review of Broken Sword, The Sleeping Dragon.
And trust me, the dragon isn't the only one who's sleeping.
Broken Sword, The Sleeping Dragon. Games like this come along only once in a great while, and thank God for that. Even though the point-and-click adventure has been home to some of video gaming's most classic titles, it's hard to believe these games really survive in the modern world.
Somebody has put the fear of God into him.
This game is the third foray into the adventures of George Stoppard and Nico Collard. This time around, the not-so-dynamic duo is trying to solve the mystery of an ancient document, The Sleeping Dragon.
Harry, stay there.
And high adventure, exotic locales, and ancient secret societies all play a role.
Are you ready for your task?
Complete with silly voice acting and fake accents.
I'll not have you flashing your nickels out of a Paris, he said.
And sometimes laugh-out-loud funny comment.
The bottle of beer had survived the crash unscathed.
You run around, pick stuff up,
I took the lever.
move things. Oh, and sometimes need to use the powder room. Must have been all the beer. For what it's worth, it's an easy game interface, and you always know what your options are. But given the slow pace, you'll probably lose interest before you even start to appreciate it.
Okay.
There's an occasional puzzle to keep you interested,
Who is Bruno?
I don't know who you're talking about.
but only if you don't mind sleeping through endless dialogue and loading screens.
Going back to my place was the best option.
In some sequences, you're forced to press a button at a precise moment in order to avoid some major catastrophe, like getting shot or run over by a car. Given the catatonic state extended playing of the game puts you in, you'll hardly ever succeed at these in your first try. What's worse, when you fail, you have to watch the cutscene that precedes them all over again. You can't skip them. And for some reason, Nico has a bad case of dandruff.
It must have been one of Cesaro's men who stole it back. I keep thinking about the diagram. If Cesaro's got the artillery running, why hasn't he used the key already?
Oh, and she likes to stretch. Okay, guess there's no yoga classes in the Congo. There's no way around it. This game is slow. Much of the action revolves around scouring areas for any and all interactive set pieces. Once you find them, you have to figure out either A, if they hold an item that you could take with you, or B, if you can use them on an item you've already found. It ultimately boils down to a process of elimination, which can get really frustrating. If you're already a fan of point-and-click adventure, then you'll probably dig it. If not, then you'll more likely be bored to tears. X-Play gives Sleeping Dragon a very sleepy 2 out of 5.
I stuck my finger in the hole. Nothing happened.
Interesting.
Well, at least the beer bottle survived unscathed. I don't know about the beer, but I could really use some after playing this game.
Stick around.